To start with, Copilot is a recently launched AI-powered tool by Microsoft for office scenarios. So what Copilot do is it simplifies the task which is being done by the people. So it would be helpful, especially for the people who are in a managerial level, as well as people who are handling n number of employees uh, by using which consume a lot of computation time for those people to handle all these employees. So Copilot could assist those people by which these managers or these senior level people can invest their valuable time over other development process for their organization. So Codelattice is one among the starters for doing Copilot licensing for their set of customers. So they have a provision to do demo for the people, which we'll get have a look into by towards the end of this video. To start uh, with the basic question, how Copilot works, what Copilot is, and how it could be beneficial for your organization. So Copilot is nothing but an AI tool which collaborate with all the other Microsoft tools you have in your environment. Let it be Teams, then Word, Excel, PowerPoint, your mail, whatever it is. So what it actually do, it works. It would be better if we having a personalized assistant or someone who could help us with the chores which we are doing in our day-to-day interactions in our business, right? So this is exactly what Copilot does. So it's based out of a large learning model. So this Copilot tool is trained to do stuff by training it with a lot of huge amount of data available in Microsoft database. But when this Copilot license comes into your environment, it'll use your data for analyzing and giving you outputs, but it'll never be getting stored anywhere, not in Microsoft servers, nowhere. So once you are using a Copilot tool for get generating a result based out of your environment, your database, uh, there is a limit. Like it will not be that process data or the data which is used for generating the output is not getting stored anywhere. It's residing in your own cloud. It will not be used for training other business or the global Copilot data. So I'll give a brief how Copilot would help you with different scenarios. So suppose first time while I came to know Microsoft is up to launch the Copilot, and already the demo was available with Microsoft TCM's regional managers. So I joined a Teams meeting to listen like what Copilot can do. So the things showcased by the Microsoft representative at that point of time while we joined the meeting itself, uh, suppose I'm a guy who has joined the meeting say 20 or 10 minutes late after the meeting has started, but with the use of Copilot we would be able to summarize the meeting so far. Suppose I'm joining a meeting after I said 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I can ask my Copilot prompt summarize the meeting so far. So without me being there in the meeting, even if I got stuck with some other important calls or some unexpected scenarios, still I would be able to understand what has happened so far. I can just ask the Copilot prompt to summarize the meeting so far. That is one example. And sometimes while a meeting is happening, this used to happen sometimes, especially being people from south. Some of my colleagues might not be following other regional languages, maybe say Hindi, or if the meeting is happening with some other people outside India, they would be speaking their native languages in between the conversations. So this Copilot can translate those sort of conversation while starting a particular Teams meeting. For this meeting, Ida might have been done this the same at the beginning. She might have enabled transcribing option which is available in Teams. We'll get into that. So once this transcribing option is turned on and a conversation is happening in a Teams meeting, Microsoft will convert the audio, what all conversations are happening between the speakers, or between the attendees and speakers, the conversations, all those things will be getting recorded by Microsoft, and it can translate those particular speech to text converted document to any languages. So it can be translated from Hindi to Malayalam, or Hindi to English, or from some other, maybe Arab, or German, or some other languages to English or Hindi versions. So no one would be missing out any point. Even some small quotes, or conversation which has happened in between the meeting might not be missed by the people who is using the Copilot. Also, once suppose a meeting is over, the meeting has started, we made the discussions, and once the meeting is over, I can directly go from Teams to my Outlook, and I can use the prompt there, telling, see, prepare a minutes of the meeting, or summarize the meeting so far. So it'll Copilot will get it done for me within less than 1 minute, or 1.5 minutes. So this is how fast and how efficient it works. And similarly, it works with all other Microsoft applications. Say, for the example of Microsoft PowerPoint. Suppose I'm just imagine I'm a guy working in a marketing company. I have a client. I do have a real quick meeting to join, so that I need to prepare a presentation. It's an immediate requirement came with a reference, or at the last minute, and customer needed very fast. So I missed to prepare, or the requirement was so quick that it need to happen within 2 3 hours. The first meeting should happen. So to start with, I need something. Working from scratch is very difficult. I need to generate some ideas. I need to have some layout to work with. So if I can, in this scenario, I can directly go to PowerPoint, and I can create a slide. I can see, suppose the end customer might be with automotive industry. I can request my Copilot option associated with PowerPoint to prepare a slide, 10 slide presentation for automobile market in India, based out of results in 2023 financial year. So it'll search for the data, which all car trendings are going on, whether the people are looking for mileage, whether the people are looking for looks or power, or some other convenience, maybe the electric, things like that. As per the trends which is available in internet, Microsoft will actually, that Copilot engine would search for two things. One, what all conversations has happened regarding this particular thing in your scenario, like in your mails, in your Teams conversations, in the your saved Excel or Word files. These things which is in Microsoft environment will be searched by the Copilot. Parallelly, it will give a search in the internet regarding what all updated things are happening relevant to the prompt given by the user in Copilot. So these two will be combined, analyzed, and create this results for you. In this particular case, it will create a 10 slide PPT for you to start with. So it'll include the pictures, quotes, all the templates which you can edit further. So this particular PPT, if I'm giving that prompt, it will get generated within 1 or 1.5 minutes maximum. So this particular template you can edit further manually, or if you didn't like that template, you can simply ask, prepare another template with maybe more pictures, or with more content, or more related to electric. Like that, I can improvise that presentation which I have. Also, that is regarding this Copilot in PowerPoint. So when we are moving to Excel, it's furthermore beneficial. Like, personally, I'm a salesperson. When I'm looking into end of the month, or towards the end of the quarter, when I'm looking into my sales performance, which all products has performed well, where all the gap is there, or what is the profitability for one particular product. All these things can be generated as a report real quick by using Copilot in an Excel. It can generate you business insights without maintaining day-to-day updated things. If you can use the overall sales sheet, it'll really give you a graphical representations, and maybe I can just type it there, like who is the best performer in my company for the quarter. in this particular business. By analyzing that Excel sheet, it'll give me minutes within seconds, within 1 or 2 seconds. And also, what all are the trends, who all are like misfiring, like which all performers are not being able to achieve their targets, by what percentage they are in short. All these data can be generated in Copilot, in Excel. So looking further, Copilot in Word. Suppose this is something which is happening in day-to-day things. Suppose a new product is being launched, or some new policy is being taken by the company. Policy thing, it's to be frank, it's different. We need to read all the policy documents regarding company policies, which is happening word by word. But still, for getting a quick insight before joining a meeting, or immediately after getting the file, if I'm asking my Copilot to summarize maybe the 10 page word file, or 20 or 50 page word file, if I'm asking my Copilot to summarize it in 50 words, or in 10 sentences, it will go through the file, it will mark the important points. I do have the ability to do that, and it will summarize the main content in the file for me. I requested you to go through all the, what say, the policy related things word by word, because it is very important and that much crucial. But in a day, I'll be going through n number of word files which is having a lot of advertising things, or maybe something out of that advertising document might be useful for me, or maybe some other content would be there in Word regarding a summary of a product, or maybe a business plan, or something like that. So these detailed things, it will take a lot of my time in my working hours, which can be saved by using the Copilot Word. So while people sometimes let me be while telling about Copilot to certain people, people used to ask, we need a Microsoft, either Microsoft standard or Microsoft premium license for Copilot to work. Still, you are asking us to like put up some extra amount for acquiring it. But where it should be compared with is the time, and the amount of time you are able to save with it. It's somewhat equivalent to look at the 30 of 40 percentage or 60 percentage efficiency which I'm getting from by using Copilot. It's actually saving around 2 or 2.5 hours every day of my out of my working hours. Or it depends on the person, how dependent he's on either of these scenarios. I'm not going through all the scenarios, I'm highlighting some of the main features with Copilot. There are many more what Copilot can do with all these Microsoft applications and scenario. So but what actually it does is it save my valuable time of my manager, or some people, whichever organization it is, the important decision maker level people, whose time is very crucial, uh, if invested properly in the critical decision making of the companies. Those people's time might not get wasted in doing the stenographer sort of things. I'm not telling everything which we are doing, every job people are doing have its own value, but still, people who must invest their time more into the business, or more into the stuff they are doing, that time really like matters when it comes to the production, or the profitability, or the growth of the organization. So Copilot is something which can help you with that part. We'll look into some case by case scenarios in the further slides, and I'll give you one more example. Like suppose in a day I'll get say around 60-70 mails minimum in a day, uh, re- related to multiple things happening in my business. There would be people, I know there would be people in this meeting who might be getting much more than that. So going through all the mail is important, but sometimes it might not be possible for people to go through all the mails. Either they might skip some important points while running through the mails real quick, or they might skip some unimportant mails as well, if people are kept in CC, or if the mail is directly not getting sent to that person. But still, people who are adding you in CC might have added you because there might be some area where they are expecting your support, or where they are expecting your input in that scenario. So what Copilot can do here is it can really uh, like within 1 or 2 seconds it can summarize that particular mail, which would be very helpful for reach you, uh, which could really help you in reaching out every nook and corner in the affairs happening in your organization. Let's get a deeper look uh, into case by case scenarios. So to start with, uh, see, suppose a Teams meeting or some meeting is happening in your organization and we have missed the meeting. So before, without Copilot, what we used to do, we spend time listening to that meeting recordings once again. So once the Copilot is there, you can actually ask Copilot to quickly obtain the summary for you. So this point has already been discussed. While using this prompt word example, so this is something very important while we are using Copilot. So, Copilot being a large language model based a tool, using correct prompt words for getting the correct input is important. So, if I am telling Copilot some not so clear words, it might not be able to generate correct responses. Suppose I am telling it like I'm explaining to one of my colleagues, I missed the meetings, or what all are the important things happening so far. Like that, I'm keeping that sentence complicated. It might make difficult for a copilot to fetch. Just keep it simple. Just he all the prompt words which we have here in this table can be used as an example. And there is actually a site provided by Microsoft where you can see n large number of examples of prompt words, and by having a look into that particular page for a couple of times, you will be able to get used to with using the prompt words really beneficial for you. So even by using the native, like common language sort of thing, Copilot would reward you with results. It'll give you outputs, but using the correct prompt words would make it much more easier and accurate for getting the results. So this particular scenario, review the meeting content of the meeting, what decision were made in this meeting, like that. So suppose we'll come to that. So suppose there is some conflict happened in the meeting. Maybe the connection got disconnected, or you were not able to attend the meeting in between. You had some call or something. That still, in a meeting which is happening, live meeting itself, you missed in between for 10 minutes. The meeting is for entirely for 1 hour and all. So after the first 20 minutes, you quickly jumped into some other phone calls. Still, while the meeting is being happening, you can come back to the Teams and use the Copilot to summarize that 20 minutes conversations in 1 or 2 sentences. So that can also be done by Copilot. So if you're looking going one by one, it will take more than say an hour to complete this meeting. So I'll just guide you through some important uh, things. There are much more. Please always understand, while I'm trying to explain Copilot features are, they're like an ocean. So I'm not getting deep into all of those, but still I'm trying to highlight some of the important features which I found would be beneficial for most of the users. Then this minutes of meeting we already spoke at the beginning. Uh, This is one other thing which we already covered. Converting one particular language meeting which is happening to whichever it is convenient for you. Uh, Okay, suppose meeting is over. I need to create a minutes of the meeting, or send a mail to the attendees after the meeting is over, asking for some follow-ups, or suppose a meeting is related to some demo. I can request Copilot to collect a feedback over the mail from the customers who are who are attending the meeting, asking about the feedback of the meeting, asking whether they are interested in that product which is highlighted in that meeting. Those things can be done very efficiently with Copilot. See, suppose this Copilot meeting might be maybe after the meeting is over, idea might be using Copilot for generating these questions for you, whether it was useful for you, or would you like to know further about one particular area. We would like to arrange another meeting specifically for that area of interest. which you have. Like that, Copilot can generate a template and send mail to the users who has attended those meetings. Also, if you're getting a reply over mail, uh, you're getting a question, or you're getting a comment over mail from your manager, or from a colleague, or from your customer company, or something like that, you need to give them some reply. Sometimes people used to get like overwhelmed where they're getting appreciated, or where getting into particular scenarios, they might not be using very correct professional language. Instead of them, they might have gone very uh, native sort of speaking, because of the relationship they have with the person who is in contact, which might not be appropriate in corporate scenario. We Where people find it difficult or more time consuming to draft something to revert with in the scenario. So Copilot can actually suggest you replies based on the context, whether you are speaking with a colleague of yours, or whether we are speaking with a manager of yours, you're speaking with someone outside the organization. You can set the tone of the mail reply, whether it is very professional, or just professional, or between colleagues, very friendly manner. Like that, there are options you can opt while generating a mail, which would be very making things very easy for you while doing day-to-day chores. Then summarizing long emails, optimizing content. Suppose you are sending a mail to an audience, or one of your employees, and you would like to tell him a long story about what's happening, or what you're expecting from him, or something like that. While we are trying to explain what all things we have in our head to the paper, or to the mail, uh, it'll get a very much elaborated, and the person who might not who might be receiving that mail might not be going through all those things the way we are expecting to converse with him. So we should keep it short and precise. That also can be achieved with Copilot. While you're drafting a mail, and if it reads around, say, somewhat like old English exam question papers in 200 words, you can just ask Copilot to summarize the 200-word mail into three or four conversations, or two or three sentences. So the Copilot will do it for you without losing the context, or without losing the important things you have highlighted in the conversation. Copilot is trained for doing those stuffs for you. And suppose you're starting a new mail, you need to create a draft, either mail or word file, or something like that. You need to create a draft in PPT, word, or in mail. Copilot can assist you with that. Also, uh, next we'll get into like uh, one case by case scenarios, how it could help you out with. We're going one by one. It'll take very long time. I know everyone is very keen on keeping their time more productive. So instead of going all these feature by features, I'll just explain it using a scenario. Suppose an HR in your organization, she's trying to leverage the options they have in Copilot. So instead of going all the case by case scenarios, what Copilot can do, will try to have a look based off of a point of view of an HR. So this can be done with any job roles. I'm just taking HR as an example. Suppose a talent assessment. Uh, Suppose an HR, he's getting like a lot of applications from people for attending the interviews. He need to sort it out. So HR can actually do, out of all the documents she got, she can request her Copilot to analyze the CVs she got, and sort it out by only the CVs which is having the keywords like MBA, or maybe 8 years work experience, or maybe something like that. She can request that Copilot to sort the sheets or files she got with these sort of filters, and it'll really help them sorting out the huge number of application documents she got. Okay, oh, that is one thing. Okay, then the second thing, suppose and a Teams meeting has started with this particular employee, or even before starting the meeting, also she can do that. Or either way, if the meeting has started and meanwhile the meeting is going on, she can request Copilot to suggest some questions to be asked with this employee. Being an experienced HR, they might be having insights regarding what all questions to be asked related to that particular role, and this can be done almost equivalent or sometimes better than the HR by the Copilot itself. Copilot, if I'm asking a Copilot to generate a question to be asked in this scenario by while a meeting is happening in Teams, the Copilot would analyze for what job role that particular meeting is happening. So based out of that, if it's a salesperson, Copilot will generate questions based out of that. If he's a marketing person, the questions would be generated based out of that, like that. Based out of the job role, the questions can be asked as per the market trends, which is happening all around. Then also, suppose an employee has been joined in the organization, and the HR would like to analyze the people for appraisal, or maybe for giving some other incentives. uh, just like I said, if she's keeping all the data in an Excel, or she's having some comments and recommendation about an employee, our teams, or some chats with her manager or the director, or whoever it is concerned in that organization. All those data would be taken in point, and an employee performance report can be generated with the help of Copilot in multiple formats. If I want to get it generated in Excel, I can do that based out of the numbers and things which is saved in my system. And if I need to get it generated as a regular report, or as a combination of maybe a diagram and one conversation, like content table, I can do it that way. And if an employee need to be trained, I'll tell you something. If there is a group of people working in the same project for past, say, one year or 2 years, or maybe a couple of months, if a new employee is joining that team, he should go through all the training from the scratch, which will consume a lot of time, either for the team lead or for the person who is assisting this person in the team. That particular person who is training the employees also like investing his time, which should have been invested in the project. So where Copilot, how Copilot can help you with this is, it can summarize the overall conversations and the chats which has been happened between the people in the team, whether let it be in their teams chat, or in the previous multiple number of teams meetings they had, or maybe the files they have shared over SharePoint. While comparing all these things, Copilot will collect data from all these resources, from their chats, from the conversation they had in the Teams meeting, the files they have kept, or in the SharePoint. It can be Excel, Word, PPTs, whatever it is. Copilot will combine all these things. It'll summarize it very short, and it'll give to the new employee as a learning material. So this particular thing cannot be availed anywhere for this new joining. It cannot be downloaded online. It cannot be provided by anyone else, because it is a team interaction, and the conversation has happened between the team members. It's a file which is generated as per your uh, organization work culture, your organization policies, and the previous conversations and experience you had between your teammates. So these things can be easily generated within seconds for the new trainee who is joining the employee. So this could also like, uh, the HR could ensure that the new joined employee would start getting productive very quick. So in these things itself, if she can guide the new joinee, see the meetings, the key meetings which you had happened, the key meetings which had happened in the month of November, in the month of April, the main decision making meetings. She can generate reports based on those meetings, more specifically request Copilot to generate based out of that particular meetings and can be shared with the employee. Or if she can, she would like to share it as a wall picture based on the entire conversations and all, she can do it that way also. So this is one like case by case. I used to showcase you the features which is available in Copilot based on a job role. So this is how Copilot it actually helps you save the time for your organization's important people. That's what it is doing, to be brief and precise. So this is one site. I would like to show you this one also before getting into the demo part. Um, this one site, Microsoft site, where you could find a list of prompts which can be used in Microsoft Copilot. If you have a Microsoft Copilot license, one second. Yes. Suppose you are trying to launch a new product, you would like to request. Suppose people might use to consult marketing companies or some other firms for assistance in marketing or naming their product, how to advertise it properly, getting suggestions. Marketing team is doing, marketing organizations are doing an exceptional job in their field. But still there are some basic things, if you need to get it done really quick, you can take leverage of this Copilot. I'm not telling it will be replacing taking support from marketing teams, but it can like reduce the dependency for reaching out to professional people for the small task which should be happening within your organization, without compromising the quality of the service. It will based out of internet trends, other factors, and your organization's motive and all. Suppose you are launching a new product, you can request Copilot to name that product by just give the briefing, what all features are there in the product, how it works, for which audience it is, and it will generate you know names for the product. Then suppose you can ask Copilot to generate a to-do list for you in a day. So I used to do this by end of the week. We can use a Copilot to summarize the week so far. So it will summarize me what all things went good, and what all things are pending to be completed. And it used to happen when you're handling a number of things and number of activities. It's natural you might be missing something, where you can make use of these tools for avoiding all such mistakes. And also, if you have some committed some customers that you will be following up them after this much minutes or this much days, uh, uh, for feedback, or for asking them whether some further support is required for an existing customer. This can be scheduled by Copilot. If I'm simply telling a customer of mine that I'll reach you back in 2 weeks, by that time you please let me know about your feedback of this product, like that. If I'm mentioning in a mail which I am sending to one of my customers or clients, uh, just while I'm summarizing my to-do activities for next week, my Copilot would be displaying that particular task pending for me in my to-do list. Then generating ideas. Suppose while we are brainstorming to start something new, we could use take leverage of Copilot for generating ideas, create presentation, understand quickly while we're getting large documents. These are prompt words. Explain all what I'm telling are prompt words. Simple. I told you, right. Instead of getting complicated words, we can make take leverage of Copilot more easily by using correct prompt words. This is a site which I'll be sharing this over chat, where Microsoft help you with suggestions regarding these particular prompt words, where you can use in the day-to-day activities. Draft an email, you can use this one. And before starting a meeting, before scheduling a meeting, if you want an agenda to be generated, you can just go to Copilot and add an agenda. This is a meeting, we are trying to plan a meeting related to Copilot. I need an agenda, this much employees would this much employees would be representing the company, this much customers would be there for this attending this event. Like that, I can give the data and ask Copilot to add an agenda based out of these details. It will do that for you. And second, one second. And if you're going to Excel files, you can ask it to compare columns. Add a column to compare financial year 24 sales and 23 sales. Will do that for you. You can add more options and maybe profitability. Those sort of things you can add in different columns, and you can compare those things also. Then n number of, if here if you this show more options, it'll keep on going. Reply to an email, create interview questions, like that. We'll keep on going. If I'll share this site link in mail. Sorry, I'll add this. Okay. Meanwhile, we do have some questions here. Uh, we'll take a quick break to answer this. I've added the link in the chat. Anyone can take it from there. Let me check one second. Sorry for that. Uh, Recording of this meeting, Arya would be able to help you with that. I guess it will be beneficial. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Is this tool available free of accessing M365 account? It will not be available for free. While using the Bing browser, very basic features of this, not the entire features, very basic features of Copilot can be experienced there, but but it will not be correct, like exposure how Copilot would work for your environment, because Copilot relies on data in your cloud, your conversations and your teams, which will not be properly accessed by using the Bing browser. You might be able to do some of the small tasks like creating a slide or something using the Bing browser, but the entire experience based customized experience for your organization might not be achieved by that. For getting the Copilot, you must take the Copilot license through your partner like Codelattice. We'll go with some demo parts. I'll stop my presentation here, and Arya from Codelattice team would be sharing her screen, because Codelattice do have a demo license for Copilot. Arya, can you please start really quick by requesting Copilot to summarize the meeting so far? Yes, the screen is visible now.
So here we can see the Copilot. So did you say anything?
No, 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 nothing. We can just ask the give the prompt there. We can request Copilot to generate the summary of the meeting so far. Like that. Also, can you please go to some new Outlook file and ask to prepare a minutes of the meeting for this conversation. Please, like the listeners, you can please feel free to like shoot out some questions where we can ask Copilot. You can give it in chat, so we'll try it out.
Here we can search for the mails, right?
Now we can search for the mail. Like just create a new mail option you can take, and there you can see the Copilot icon.
Click Copilot. I've taken a previous mail
Okay.
and I'm
Can you can,
drafting.
you- can you
Yeah,
please maximize the screen so that it will be this particular screen? Yes.
yeah. So I got the summary of the previous conversation of this particular mail trial.
Okay. This
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 is
would
the
be a.
entire, yeah, this is the entire mail. It is a lengthy mail,
Can you
and
please
here
request you to summarize it into a
yeah, this is the-
one page?
I have taken the summary here. I will do once again.
Hmm. Okay.
Vishnu, is it available for the desktop version?
Yes, yes, it is. It is. Actually, for
Okay.
Copilot to work, we should be having base licenses. You should be having a base license of Microsoft 365 Business Premium, Microsoft 365 Business Standard, or E3, E5 versions of Microsoft 365. By having this base license, you can add on the Copilot license with those set of license. And this is one important question, like whether we have the base license or not. Meanwhile, suppose one, yes, Arya, you were telling something.
No,
I'm
it
sorry.
was
I'm sorry to interrupt. Meanwhile, because we got a question. Let me complete that.
no problem.
Then
No
we'll
problem.
take it up from there. So, suppose I'm an end user in an organization having Microsoft 365 standard license, and maybe my manager have Microsoft 365 premium license, or E3 or E5 license. Let's say E5 license. So both of us are given provided with Copilot license by our organization once it is launched. So now I have the standard license as well as the Copilot license. Similarly, my manager also having the E5 license plus Copilot license. So even though the Copilot for Microsoft 365 license is same for me and my manager, a manager would be getting more features in Copilot. This is because uh, even the Copilot license is same. Copilot relies on data and the policies which is being given. While using the standard license, what I'm having is only the OneDrive storage, and which is most of the cases which we described in the scenarios, the standard itself is enough. But having a premium license, it'll have more access to things like whether we are getting some threat mails from one particular person, because it do have uh, advanced features like threat protection, or maybe spam mail filtering, or maybe data leakage protection. So even some files which are being deleted from my mails and all, the E file license is, since it is having DLP, even those data are deleted, that can be considered while generating those data can be considered utilized while generating uh, outputs in E file licenses. If the permission is set like that, it can be turned on or off. But though the licenses in E5 and standard, the copyright license is same, the E5 would be getting more features. So to be short and precise to your answer, yes, we need a Microsoft base license and a Microsoft Copilot license for availing Copilot, and the Copilot features would vary based on what base license we have, whether it is standard or E3 or E5 like that. Okay. How?
Understood.
Okay. So Arya, can you please continue with summarizing that?
Yeah. So this was a lengthy mail. There are so many conversation here. So I'm just summarizing using Copilot. Yeah, this is the key points of the entire mail.
We'll do something else. Can we please go back to Teams, because since our some of our listeners
Then,
are asking
right?
questions, we can
Yeah. Okay.
Teams page itself. We
Okay.
can since
What is it?
I was present for a while, and Arya would be a listener in that scenario. Arya can uh, request the Copilot in Teams to suggest some questions to be asked in this scenario.
Yeah, there are good number of questions here.
Okay. Once. And Copilot works on data, since we are because I was presenting, of course. If it is a conversation sort of thing, or multiple topics are being discussed, it can generate more questions related to that. So it will asking the Copilot, if I'm prompting the Copilot to generate some questions, it would be generating those questions based on the keywords or the scenarios which we are speaking in that particular conversation only. If the conversation is very diversified with multiple topics or multiple uh, people are conversing each other, it can be seen more interesting while generating the questions. Any further questions? We can try here
Someone
out.
has asked one question here in the chat.
We'll start with the first one. How about the desktop version of Microsoft Office? The desktop version of Microsoft Office can be Microsoft 365 apps for business, or Microsoft 365 business standard in M365. If it is not M365, it cannot be used along with Copilot. If you're looking for the desktop version in Microsoft 365, it should be either apps for business or standard higher versions. Apps for business might not be having the Teams option and mail service with it. Microsoft 365 Business Standard is the entry level product with the desktop downloadable applications, and which can be utilized along with Copilot. That is one. The next question is there. create a single creative image instead of using a regular image. That second question, it's clear for me. Sun is the one who has asked this question. Can you please elaborate what you want me to explain? I'm not clear about it.
Instead of we are giving normal images, like example, when we are making PPT, instead of adding an example
Okay.
one car image, if we are giving proper prompt, I need background something like this, it will work something like that.
Yeah, it'll work like that. We'll I think the next question is also based. Sorry, I break in between for 2 3 seconds. Ari, can you please share the screen by opening the PPT option?
Okay.
I think the next question is also based sort of PPT only. We'll do a demo there.
Okay, I'll take a blank presentation, right?
Yes, yes. You can click that Copilot option, right hand side top. Yes. Just type the keyword something like create a PPT for what automotive sales in Kerala or in India or something like that.
Everyone can see the screen, right?
Yes, the screen is visible. And also, I know like Arya might be working from home. It depends on like our network speed also. The Copilot would be able to generate these results within 1 minute. If the internet is very slow, if you're remote accessing it in a remote location or something, some like a delay might be there because of the network. If the network is proper, if I'm working from my office or something like that, or you accessing to a hotspot, it would work really quick. So here we have not specified what automotive industry. So the slides, if you're looking at it, is very much diversified. Can you please be specific? Create a 10-slide presentation on electric car sales in India, like that. So this is one example. If you're looking down the slides also, uh, since it is India, they're looking for the mass transport options like auto, all options, cars, everything is covered there. Sales figures, everything, almost some pictorial representation where we can use these slides to edit and customize it as per our needs. So here we have not specified what automotive industry it is. That's why it's showing very much diversified results. Can you please be specific whether in two-wheeler sales or create a 10-slide presentation on two-wheeler sales or electric sales or something like that? Listeners, please feel free to shoot out some prompts. We can you check it out for. We'll be happy to check it out for you in this demo. You can add it in the chat. We'll take it from there.
So here we got 10 slides now.
Okay. So since we specifically asked for electric energy, it's giving us the presentation based on the. Also, we can make some minor changes also if required, like uh, uh, generate a PPT related to say coffee sales in India, like that. If it is not specifically to one product, instead of that, it's related to sales. Can you please try it out? Can we generate in the prompt? Please generate a Copilot presentation with respect to previous year coffee sales in India. Previous years coffee sales in India. So let's see how whether they will be able to. It will be able to pull out the data from internet, the trends or what whether the business went up or down. So these pictures and content, everything, if you want to replace it with something else, you can do that, or you can just ask Copilot to replace the images with some more specific area of your interest. You can include pictures like this, so the Copilot will be able to do it for you. So these are real like suggestions are content based out of the conversation or trends which is happening in internet. So based out of our prompt and the data available in internet, Copilot would pull out that data into a PPT for you in minutes. So basically, this Copilot feature, it works with everything. Yeah, we are just Teams and PPT scenario for here for you to understand real quick. The same thing can be done with Excel or Word or your Outlook. Outlook scenario we can check if you want. If any particular app you want to try the demo, you can mention it in the comment. I know we are almost crossing the time. We have committed our the communication with respect to this meeting. We'll wind it up real quick. Meanwhile, if you have any further questions or something you want to try it out in the demo, you can shoot it out in chat, or you can just unmute and ask us to do that. We'll be happy to do it for you.
Hi.
Yes, please.
Hi, this is Sunu. I'm from Designx Technology Solutions.
Hi, Sanu. Hi. Please tell me.
Yeah, actually, I want to know this Copilot, whether it is available on existing Microsoft 365 accounts to check it out.
No demo option is there. If you want to
Yeah.
explore the Copilot, you should go start buying with the Copilot license. With the browser, that's what I mentioned earlier also in the conversation. If you're using a Bing browser, there is some basic features of Copilot incorporated with it, but it will not be giving you the full experience of using a Copilot. Just because the Copilot works on the data you have in your system and your conversations, your chats. So all these things cannot be, Bing will not be having that permission to access all these data which you have with yourself, and it is not safe to giving that permission.
Okay, fine.
By using a licensed Copilot, your data, it's 100% sure that Microsoft giving assurance on the security of your data. It's not going anywhere else. It will not be saved anywhere, or these results also will not be moved anywhere. It will be generated in your cloud, your system, and once that Copilot chat is over, it will be deleted immediately. If you want to save it, you can save it manually.
Vishnu, when I checked in my Microsoft Office,
Mhm.
it shows autopilot and R2 Copilot. Is it same with the Copilot, or it's from different provider?
It might be different. It might be different. Can you please share the screenshot of that option or something with Arya? We'll check it and we'll revert to back. Anyway, I'll check with the TCM last week also. As of now, Microsoft is not giving that demo option for checking it out. But if you want to really want to check out the features available in Copilot, there is a demo license available with Codelattice team. You can get in touch with them. I can also join you in Teams meeting or something if required, individually one-on-one calls, and we'll try it out the features for you. But that license cannot be transferred to your organization. We'll create a similar environment or something with the license Codelattice team is having, and we'll check it out there if you want to experience something.
Okay.
Experiment with something, whether this particular data can be pulled out, whether this particular task can be done. If you have some questions like that, please bring a sample sheet or something, and we'll check out that scenario in
Yeah, these
the
are the two
demo.
options available: autopilot and R2.
Those are different. Those are different. For it's not the regular Copilot options available. For checking out what specifically it is, I'll get in touch with our technical team for that. Can you please share that screenshot with Arya? We'll check it out
Sure,
and
sure,
we'll give you that.
sure. I'll do that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So, any further questions? Arya, if no further questions, yeah. Someone is okay. Alfik. Yes, Alfik.
Yeah, hi there. I wanted to
Hi.
ask, like, I have a Copilot version in my desktop, but I'm not sure if it's Pro or like basic version. I have a real Windows, like, not the pirated version, but I have the proper Windows. So, is it available alongside the uh, Microsoft Office, or like, should I purchase the license separately?
We should be purchasing the license separately. So the current license, which license you're using right now? What you are telling, like
So I have a version here. It's called Copilot, and I did not buy it. It came along with my Windows. So I'm not sure. I don't see anywhere that I can explore that I would be able to purchase the Pro version. But this thing
okay.
works fine. So I'm just confused. Is there
You,
another
you're
version for this?
getting all the features as well.
Yeah, yeah. The basic features, how I would use ChatGPT, I get most of the functions.
Might
Pro version.
be need to be checked. So would it be incorporated by bundled by the person who have provided you the laptop, or the person who has given you that particular Microsoft license? Is there any provision they might have bundled it along with the product they given to you?
Maybe. It's
So
an office laptop.
you can check
Yeah.
this out by
Okay.
accessing your Microsoft admin portal. After logging into
Admin.
Microsoft admin portal, there would be an option telling licenses in the left hand side, and sorry, billing in the left hand side. There would be a sub
What
option
what
for the bill. You
what?
can
Could you
sorry,
repeat that word
I'll
again?
I-
Billing.
I'll repeat that. I'll repeat
Yeah.
that. So you can log into Microsoft admin portal.
Okay.
Then after logging into your admin portal, in the left hand side, you can see an option called billing. So under the billing option, there would be a sub option called licenses. By clicking that licenses, you can see what all Microsoft 365 line items are active for you. There, if you can see the Copilot license, which means this particular person has bundled that product also while giving license to you.
Yeah, I'll take a look into it.
You can check it out, and please let know us about whether it is available or some other things has happened. Okay, so Arya would be following up for you with helping with that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So I think we are crossing the time we are committed. Arya, if any further questions, we'll take that. Otherwise, can we wind up?
Yeah, I think, is there any questions from anyone? Okay, going forward, if you are trying out Copilot, if you are facing any, if you need any other assistance, you can feel free to reach out to us. You can connect with our email ID, which is mentioned in the chat, or you can try to reach out to through the invite. Okay, everyone's email IDs are there in the invites, so feel free to reach out if you need any further assistance. So Vishnu, can we wind up the call right now?
Yes, and free feel to connect with the support mail ID given in the chat if you have any further assistance or you need any one-on-one calls to be checked the Copilot with your scenario. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining.
thank you everyone, each and everyone. Thanks a lot for joining here and getting this insights on Copilot. Thank you so much, Vishnu, for your valuable time and available insights, sharing your knowledge on Copilot. It was very informative for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone, for joining us. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.